Ready to go live?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're live.
On the radio we are? Andrew? Do I just need to... Are we good? Okay, check 1 2, check 1 2. And good afternoon and welcome to Myers Stadium and Glass Family Field, Front Aubuchon, bringing you Ranger Baseball. This is the last home game of the year for the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers as they're hosting Rogers State, the Hillcats, in a non-conference game to finish off their season here in Alva. Northwestern still has one more series. They'll be playing Southwestern this weekend to finish off conference play with still hopes of making the GAC conference tournament. Right now they sit in 9th position, 2 games out of the last playoff spot with a legit chance of still making the tournament. I'll bring you the starting lineups here in just a moment as we're about to begin the game here at 2 p.m. here Central Time in Alva. And here's the first pitch of the game. That'll be in there for ball 1 to leadoff hitter number 5 center fielder Marco Barrera. Starting pitcher for the Rangers today is Matthew Potts. The lefty sets and deals, and that's in there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Beautiful afternoon here in Alva. Just a slight breeze blowing out to, well, from right field to left field. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there. Fouled off out of play, third base side. Count goes to 1-2. So again, a slight breeze here in Alva, about 18 miles an hour heading out into the northwest. Temperature at game time is a beautiful 70 degrees. Here is the pitch to Barrera. Inside, little chin music there to Barrera. Count goes to 2-2. Matthew Potts getting the start here for the Rangers. He's making his 7th start on the season, has a record of 2-2 with an ERA of 6.99. This ball is nubbed into left field and gonna trail foul off the fencing and into the bullpen of the Rangers. Count will remain 2-2. Barrera coming in today into play as the number 4 hitter overall on the team for the Hillcats. Has a batting average of .326, a couple of home runs, 25 RBIs for the lefty center fielder. And here's the pitch. That ball is slapped into right. Going back is Koenig over his head off the wall and bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. And for Barrera, that is his 18th double on the season. And again, I'll bring you the rest of the lineup here in just a moment for the Hillcats. Coming up now is going to be right-handed hitting designated hitter number 4, Jonathan Soto. Soto, a .297 hitter. Hillcats come into play today with a record of 23-22 and a perfect 15-15 in their conference. This ball's hit high into right field, and it looks like it's going to go curve out of play. Count will go to 0-1 on Soto. Some more stats here for you on Matthew Potts. Again, this is his 7th start, 13th appearance on the season. He's thrown 37 1/3 innings, given up 29 earned runs, 16 walks, and has a total of 30 strikeouts on the year. Man on second, nobody down. 0-1 the count on Soto. Long look in, time called. I believe that was called at the plate. So we'll start up here once again. Soto from Fallbrook, California. And the pitch to Soto just misses outside for ball one. So Marco Barrero led off with a ground rule double to right field. He's standing at second with nobody down. Rogers State comes in wearing their dark blue tops with a little bit of red and white trim, gray pants. This ball's way outside for ball two. Blue hats with red bills. The Rangers sporting their red tops with white and black trim and white pants today and wearing their black hats. Again, gorgeous day here for the final home game of the season for Northwestern. 70 degrees, wind blowing out just a little bit to center field. Now we look at strike two, taking all the way there with Soto. Northwestern this season, a record of 20-26, 13-17 in conference play, but they're 15-10 at home. Last time they played Rogers State earlier this season, they lost 9-2. Looking for a little payback here to finish off the non-conference season. Oh, that looked good, but called for a ball. Over the plate, but just a little low. So full count here on Soto. On the season, Soto with 2 home runs, a triple, and 10 doubles. He's also scored 40 runs. And a little pickoff play to second. Nice play. Oh, calls him safe. That was close. Good pickoff move there by Potts, and Yugo Hamakawa with a quick tag, but just beating the tag there was Barrera. We'll resume once again here. A full count here on Jonathan Soto, the right-handed hitting designated hitter. On deck is the shortstop, Jesse Holgen. Here's the pitch. This ball slapped into right field. Should be playable. Koenig camping underneath it. He'll get the ball. They're going to tag up and they're going to go for it. On his way to third and in safely is Barrera. So it won't go down as a sacrifice, but there is a man at third now with just one down. And Holgen coming to the plate. The left-handed hitting shortstop. Out of Colton, California. Holgen comes in hitting .359 on the season, leads the Hillcats. And the first pitch, curveball in there, but high for ball one. Quite a few fans out this afternoon. A lot of them still in class right now, so I'm expecting to see the crowd increase here for the final home game of the season. But already a good start to the fan base. This ball is fouled out of play on the third base side. Count will go to 1-1. Man on third, one down here. Top of the first inning here in Elva. Jesse Holgen at the plate. I've pronounced that 3 different ways now, but I'm getting closer, I believe. We'll go with Holgen. Holgen at the plate. He fouls another one off on the third base side. That went into the netting. And the count on the shortstop is now 1-2. Nice recovery there by, I believe, the athletic trainer, Garrett Thompson, out there for the Rangers. Man on third is Barrera. He's cheating in a little bit. Ooh, that would have been a nice play. It looked like Mendoza was going to throw down to third. They had Barrera pretty far off the bag, but didn't take the risk of maybe having a throwing error and allowing the first run to score already. We'll resume play here now. 2-2 the count. And the pitch. This ball's fouled once again, third base side. That one into the parking lot. Holgen in here battling right now. Count 2-2. One down, man on third. As more and more fans continue to pour into the ballpark today. And working from the stretch position, Potts deals. This one's fouled third base side into the coaching box. And coach almost made the play there. Ricocheted off his chest. He wants to throw it into the crowd, but it's not that kind of game. Give it back to the dugouts. And once again, count 2-2 here on Holguin. Skylar Nelson on deck, the first baseman, waiting for his chance. And the pitch. This one's fouled off once again, and we're going through a lot of baseballs. Count will remain 2-2. As I said before, the Rangers in hopes of making the GAC tournament. They have a battle with Southwestern this weekend down in Weatherford. Those games will all matter. This ball's fouled off once again. That's probably going to hit another vehicle. I think it's already hit 2 vehicles already, so hopefully the insurance is up on Holguin because he's responsible for some dents out there. So 1 down, man on third. And about the 13th pitch coming up here to Jesse Holguin. And we have a time called and going to start once again after this long battle. I got to think you're going to throw something out of the strike zone. He's been swinging a lot, try to get him chase here. Outfield straight away. Infield straight away. Here's the pitch. And that one does not get called for a strike. Good looking pitch there. That's ball 3. So count now goes to full for the second consecutive batter. And Matthew Potts already thrown a lot of pitches here in the first inning. As he steps off for a moment, kind of regroups himself. Potts stands on the first base side of the rubber, again, stretch position. He's all set. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball fouled straight back. Skylar Nelson will come out of the on-deck circle and come help retrieve that ball. Holguin will step in once again. And the pitch by Potts. Breaking ball hit towards first base. Going to be recovered by Hoffman. He'll step on first unassisted, but that will get the run in. So a very productive at-bat for Holguin. And the Hillcats take the lead 1-0. So Brera ends up scoring on the ground out to first base, and that's going to bring up Skylar Nelson, the right-handed hitting first baseman. Nelson, a 6'2" senior out of Amarillo, Texas. First pitch to Nelson is in there for strike 1 looking. Nelson, the number 2 hitter on the team for Rogers State, hitting .341. He has 6 home runs to go with 41 RBIs. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Nobody on, 2 down, 1 run already crossed for the Hillcats. Nelson steps back in, the senior ready to go. Here's the pitch. This ball is fouled off and out of play on the right side. Count will now go to 1-2. Nelson, a very imposing cleanup hitter here in the righty-lefty matchup. And the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Just misses. Tight strike zone today so far against Matthew Potts. It's going to make it tough. It's going to make the pitchers have to hit more of the middle of the plate, probably more than they want to. Count now 2-2 on Nelson. And here's the pitch by Potts. This ball is slapped into short right field. Going back is Hamakawa. Just gets over his head. Koenig will pick it up off 1 hop, and he throws it back in. That'll be a 2-out single for Nelson. For Nelson, that is his 60th hit on the season. He leads the Hillcats, or he's second on the team for the Hillcats with that 60th hit. Coming up now is going to be the catcher, right-hander Joel Escalante. And on first, Escalante hitting .339. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Escalante, a right-handed hitting sophomore out of San Diego, California. A couple of California prospects on this team. And the 0-1 pitch. This ball swung on and missed. A little bit late on that one. Count goes to 0-2. I think that's actually the first pitch that a hitter is swung on and actually missed after all these foul balls and a couple of solid hits here for the Hillcats. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just outside for ball one. Man on first is Nelson. Herrera already scored after a leadoff ground rule double. Head coach for the Hillcats, Chris Klimas. He's in his 7th season. This ball is just fouled off. Just got a piece of that one. Defensively for the Rangers, out in left field, Thomas Beiswanger. In center, Sean Kelly. Over in right, Braden Koenig. Playing third base, Freddie Buxton. Shortstop, Brian Guerrero. Second base, Yugo Hamakawa. Pickoff move, they've got him. And the throw, did they tag him? Oh, they're calling him safe. He ducked under the tag of Brian Guerrero. Smooth move by Skylar Nelson. Ducked on the tag, and Guerrero went right over the top of him. Perfect pickoff move by Potts. Hoffman threw it to Guerrero in plenty of time, but he got under Guerrero's glove and is in safe at second. That'll go as a stolen base for Nelson. As I was giving you the defense, Yugo Hamakawa at second, Blake Hoffman at first, and catching Gavin Mendoza, Matthew Potts pitching. Count is 1-2 here to Escalante now with a man on second. Here's the pitch. This ball's fouled off as well. So fouled straight back. The Hillcats come in hitting .287 on the season. Their opponents hitting .277. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. This ball just off the end of the bat and foul. So we'll go once again here at the count, still 1-2. Really disappointing on that pickoff play. The Rangers are good at pickoffs, especially Potts. He gets a lot of guys leaning, and to not convert that was a little bit disappointing. And here's the pitch. Just misses for a ball. Again, beautiful afternoon here in Elva. 70 degrees. Wind gusts anywhere between 16 and 20 miles an hour at times. Still a short sleeve afternoon. This ball just misses. Potts trying to hit the corners, but can't hit those corners, and he's, for the third time in the first inning, has a full count on a batter. The count is 3-2. With 2 down, man on second, 1 already across for Rogers State. On deck is Prescott Horn, the right fielder. And here's the pitch. This ball is slapped towards second base. Hamakawa will make the catch on a low line drive, and that'll be all. Rogers State picks up 1. We head to the bottom of the first. Northwestern trailing 1-0. We'll be right back on the Range. Field number 15, Braden Koenig. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 3, Brian Guerrero. Batting seventh, number 14, third baseman, Freddie Buxton. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 5, Gavin Mendoza. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 7, Thomas Weiswanger. Pitching for the Hillcats, Jerry Davis. And the first pitch for Davis is an inside fastball for strike one. For Davis, this is his 17th appearance in his first game started. He's got a record of 2-0 with a 5.89 ERA. And the pitch to Erickson in there for strike two. That call was not called once in the first half of the inning. But Davis getting the call there. 18 and a third inning so far for Davis. 12 earned runs, given up 16 walks to go with 22 strikeouts. Davis out of Arlington, Texas. Curveball in there for strike three. And Erickson goes down looking. Those strikes were all three in very big different locations and all called for strikes. Tough strike zone there for the Rangers. Definitely not getting those calls for starting pitcher Matthew Potts. Coming up, second baseman, number 6, Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa comes in leading the Rangers, hitting .380 on the season. And the first pitch to Yugo, ball one. Hamakawa 62 hits, 8 home runs, 41 RBIs. He's also scored 44 runs and has been walked a team-leading 26 times as he'll look at strike one. Hamakawa having an all-conference season for the Rangers. Those awards will be coming out probably in about a week or so. I'm certain he has a legit chance of making one of those teams for the GAC. Here's a pitch. Just misses for ball two. Hamakawa out of Tokyo, Japan, played some junior college ball at Edmonds Community College. Looking for his 63rd hit of the season. The pitch to Hamakawa outside, ball three. Hamakawa go to 3-1. Hamakawa and Blake Hoffman battling for the team lead for hits. Yugo trails Hoffman by just 2 on the season. Nobody on, 1 down here. Bottom of the first inning, Northwestern trails by 1. And that'll be a strike in there for strike two. Count goes to full on Hamakawa. Davis getting some good umping here on the first batter, but he's got a lively fastball. Works from the stretch position. This ball's hit towards second base. Moving to his left is Sinceris, and that'll be out number 1. And that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, center fielder, number 19, Sean Kelly. Kelly hitting .316 on the season, has 59 hits. He's scored a team-leading 50 runs. Also has 22 extra base hits. Tries to hold up his swing there, but goes through for strike one. They're saying 22 extra base hits, 11 doubles, 3 triples. Triples leads the team, and 8 home runs. And the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2 against Kelly. Sean Kelly, a right-handed hitting junior out of Arlington, Texas. Played his high school ball at Incarnate Wood. And here's the pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 3. And how about that? 2 of the 3 outs were strikeouts looking. And that'll be all for the Rangers. Not the best start, but we still have a full 9-inning game to go. We head to the top of the second. Northwestern trails 1-0. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Top of the second inning here in Alva. This is Glass Family Field, Myers Stadium. Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger baseball. Coming to the plate now for the Hillcats, number 7 right fielder Prescott Horn. First pitch to Horn in there for strike 1. Horn, a 5'11 junior right-hander out of Apache Junction, Arizona. This pitch will be low and outside. Horn comes in hitting .214 on the season, 31 hits and 23 runs, also 18 RBIs. And the pitch just misses, ball 2. As I said, Horn only hitting .214, but he does lead the team in walks with 26. This ball is hit up the middle, moving to his left. Guerrero, quick throw to Hoffman, and that'll go down as out number 1. So with 1 down here in the top of the second, that's going to bring up Carson Cheatwood, the left fielder. Cheatwood wears number 6. He's a true freshman out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Working quickly is Matthew Potts. He bunts, pulls back for ball 1. Now with a 1-0 count, here's the pitch to Cheatwood. Fouled and into the mitt of Mendoza. So count goes to 1-1 on Cheatwood. Cheatwood hitting .174 on the season. Here's the pitch. Check swing in there for a strike. That's the strikes we did not see in the top of the first. Looks like the umpire maybe loosened up his zone a little bit. At least he's being consistent now, and so I'd like to see if that changes again throughout the game. Count 1-2, 1 down. Nobody on here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. Ball's hit into right field. It's going to drop for a hit. Picking it up off 1 bounce is Koenig. He'll get it in quickly. And a 1-out single for Cheatwood. And for Cheatwood, that's his 9th hit of the season. Coming up now is number 29, second baseman Victor Siniceros. So with 1 down and 1 on here, Siniceros has a chance to maybe extend the inning for the Hillcats, or maybe Northwestern can turn a double play as they're in double play depth on the infield. This pitch in there for strike 1. Siniceros out of San Diego, California. A lot of prospects on this team from San Diego Mesa College. Siniceros hitting .244 on the season. And another pickoff move here by Potts. He's got one of the best. Last Tuesday, he had 2 good pickoffs. Already had 1 today. Unfortunately, ended up being safe on a stolen base as the runner got under the tag. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. This ball's hit towards third base. Picked up by Buxton over to second for 1. Relay to first is under the mitt of Hoffman, and that'll go down as a fielder's choice. And Siniceros will be on first base. It won't go down as an error because you can't assume a double play. So the first out goes Buxton to Hamakawa for 1, and then Hamakawa's relay gets under the glove of Hoffman. So with 2 down, that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Ethan Rivera. Rivera, number 22, playing third base. And the pitch in there for a strike. Rivera comes over from Marietta, Pennsylvania, hitting .205 on the season. Lefty righty matchup. Here's the pitch. This ball is hit deep into right field, but gonna go foul. Good pursuit there by Braden Koenig, but ball lands about 10 feet into foul territory. Siniceros was moving with the pitch. It was a hit and run play, and he had to retreat all the way from third base to get back to first base. So now that he's back, we're set to go again. Count 0-2, 2 down. Man on here in the top of the second. Rivera at the plate. And the 0-2 pitch just misses for a ball. That one just a little bit outside. Rivera on the season has struck out 11 times to go with 5 walks. And the pitch, that one's way outside. Trying to get him to chase, he's not reaching. So far, I've been really impressed with the plate vision by Rogers State's hitters. There's only been one official swing and miss that I can remember. And 2-2 pickoff move once again, had him leaning. Potts with that filthy pickoff move of his. Almost got Siniceros leaning a little too far. And we'll resume play once again. 2-2 the count, 2 down here, 1 on in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. That ball over but low, and the count will go to full. Siniceros will be moving on the pitch, but he better be careful of that pickoff move and not to cheat off too early. And he definitely was prepared for that. Potts definitely threw over to first base. He knew it was coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he does it twice in a row. So full count once again here to Rivera, man on first. And here's the pitch. This ball's hit towards short. Guerrero scoops up, one hops it over to first base, but offline. And that should go down as a, yeah, that's probably going to go down as an error, actually. That ball was hit right to the shortstop slowly. I don't know if he had a chance of making the play at first. We'll have to wait for the official ruling on that. And it will go down as an error. Nice stop there by Hoffman, fielding it in the dirt. And Rivera's on first now via the E6. Error by Guerrero. Coming to the plate now, leadoff hitter Marco Barrera. He had a ground rule double to right field his first time up and eventually scored. 2 runners on, 2 down here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. This ball's hit high and out of play on the left-hand side. Marco Barrera comes in out of Wilmington, California. The Hillcats getting players from all over the country. With an 0-1 count. Long look in. Here's the pitch by Potts. That one's low and over for a ball. Count will go to 1-1. So Barrera had led off the game with a ground rule double. Hit a shot just over the reach of right fielder Braden Koenig. Hit just off the top of the wall and scooted over. It was going to be a double regardless. He's up again with 2 outs. This pitch just inside for a ball. Count goes to 2-1. On the season, Barrera has 2 home runs to go with 25 RBIs. He's also scored his 31st run in this game. Wind is starting to pick up just a little bit, blowing from right to left, sometimes straight out to center. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Over but low. Count goes to 3-1. Rogers State comes in with a record of 23-22 overall. They're 8-9 on the road. They've had a lot of home games this year. 15-11 at home. There's the pitch. This one swung on and missed. Going for the fences was Barrera. He dropped down to 1 knee on that swing. And the count full. Potts throwing a lot of pitches here in just 2 innings, and the Rangers already have somebody warming up in their bullpen. And again, probably because of the large number of pitches we've seen, Potts has gone full with at least half the batters in this lineup. And there go the runners. Here's the pitch. Slow hit to first base, and it's going to be called foul. Not really sure about the call here. The home plate umpire walked right in the middle of the field and signaled towards home plate. The umpire is saying he fouled it off his own foot. And head coach Ryan Bowen completely disagrees with this call. I didn't get a good look at it, but it looked like a normal grounder, and the fielding umpires agree with the home plate umpire's call. So must have been off of his body. So we go once again here at the count full, 2 down, men on first and second here, top of the second inning. Riders stay on top 1-0 at this moment. Long look in by Potts. He's shaking off the calls. He gets what he wants now. Here's the pitch. That ball's over but low, and that'll be a walk to Barrera, and he's on for the second time. That's going to be a little break in the action here as Coach Bowen's going to go out and talk to his team. So we'll just take a break for just a moment with 2 down and bases loaded here in the top of the second. Well, we're almost ready to resume action here, and if you were watching at home or wherever you might be, I'm not really sure why the home plate umpire went out there for half of that meeting, but he was out there for a long time, maybe just enjoying the conversation taking place on the mound. Coming to the plate now is going to be Jonathan Soto. He flew out to right field his first time up. This ball over but low once again, and right now Potts having a hard time getting that ball into the strike zone. Last few pitches have almost been hitting the plate. Count 1-0 here on the right-handed hitting Soto. Potts working from the stretch. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. This ball hit up the middle off of Potts' glove. It gets through. 1-run scores. Here comes the second. Throw to third base, and in there safely is Barrera, and that's going to be 2 runs across. Soto with a 2 RBI single. Definitely not what you wanted to see after a quick mound visit. So Barrera stands at third, Soto on first, and Siniceros and Rivera came across to score. Rogers State now leading 3-0 here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Jesse Holguin. And Holguin grounded out to first base his first time up, but that produced a run. Picked up an RBI in the process. And here's the pitch. Ball slapped into center. That's going to drop. Another run's going to score. Quick throw in there by the center fielder, Kelly. And back-to-back singles have now given the Hillcats a 4-0 lead, and that is going to be all for Matthew Potts as Coach Bowen coming back out. So Holguin picks up his second RBI of the game, and we're going to take a break here as we get a relief pitcher coming in for Northwestern. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we're ready to resume play here in the top of the second inning. Rogers State on top 4-0. Men on first and second. Coming to the plate, first baseman Skylar Nelson. Nelson singled his first time up and eventually stole second base on a pickoff attempt. Connor Gibson now on in relief for the Rangers, making his 18th appearance on the season, has a record of 1-2. And the first pitch, check swing, ball one. Gibson with a 6.49 ERA. He's thrown 34 2/3 innings, giving up 25 earned runs, 21 walks to go with 28 strikeouts. And the pitch by Gibson, this ball's popped up on the infield. Hoffman trying to get underneath it. Ball's moving a lot with the wind, and he'll make the play. So 2 pitches to make 1 out, and Gibson does his job out of the bullpen. We head to the bottom of the second. Northwestern trails 4-0. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning here in Alva. Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger Baseball. Welcome to Meyer Stadium and Glass Family Field. Bottom of the second inning, leading off, first baseman, left-handed hitting Blake Hoffman. And on the mound still for the Hillcats, Jerry Davis. First pitch by Davis, and there's strike one swinging on Hoffman. Hoffman, a 2021 All-American, hitting .354 on the season, leads the team with a big 14 home runs, and this ball fouls off out of play. That one going over the backstop. This is an ideal pitcher for Hoffman. He lives by his fastball, and Hoffman a big fastball hitter. But now down 0-2, I can't imagine that Davis is going to challenge Hoffman too much. With the 4-0 lead, probably not a lot of fear up there by Davis. Ball's hit into left field, and oh, what a catch by Jesse Holguin, diving backwards into left field for the putout. Blake Hoffman trying to do the whole Mike Trout check swing for a hit, comes up just short thanks to the great defensive play by Jesse Holguin for out number 1. Coming to the plate now is going to be the left-handed hitting right fielder, Braden Koenig. Koenig hitting .315 on the season. And the first pitch to Koenig, high and outside. Braden out of Fargo, North Dakota, played at Bismarck State College. The sophomore right fielder hits this one down the first base line and just foul. Snagged nicely there by Skylar Nelson. So with one down here in the bottom of the second, Northwestern needing some base runners. They're 0 for 4 so far. Koenig with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 2. Gotta say congratulations to Connor Gibson, who came in relief in just the second inning. Was able to get the first guy he faced out to finish off the second. Big cut and a miss by Koenig, and the count goes to 2-2. So a really solid start here by Jerry Davis out of Arlington, Texas, the 6'4" right-handed senior. And he throws a nice change up there to get Koenig out in front for his third strikeout of the game. And there are now 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Reminder, this is a non-conference game, the last home game for Northwestern before they head down to Weatherford this weekend for a 3-game series with Southwestern to finish off conference play, and with hopes of still making the GAC tournament. And the first pitch here to Guerrero is hit up the middle. Coming in quickly is Holguin. And he is, called out at first. Guerrero showing amazing speed, but Holguin with some great defense out there, able to get the runner. And we head to the top of the third. Northwestern still trails 4-0. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Top of the third inning here in Alva. Coming to the plate now for the Hillcats, catcher, lefty Joel Escalante. First pitch to Escalante outside for ball 1. Connor Gibson on in relief for the Rangers, working into his second inning now. This ball is hit down the first base line and foul. Escalante lined out to Hamakawa at second base, his first time up. Connor Gibson out of Emmett, Idaho. Played at Treasure Valley Community College before coming to Northwestern. This pitch is a little bit high and outside for ball 2. I'll give you the final stat line on Matthew Potts in just a moment. Gibson working from the windup. This ball's hit high and deep into center field. Going back is Kelly, just in front of the warning track for out number 1. So Matthew Potts starting the game for Northwestern. Went 1 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. He also had a walk, and his team fielded an error behind him. Now coming up, the right fielder, number 7, Prescott Horn. Horn last time grounded out to short for the first out of the second inning. And he'll look at strike 1. Horn from Apache Junction, Arizona, played at San Diego Mesa College, as he hits this one off the end of the bat and just foul on the first base side. Again, we are expecting a little bit of a bigger crowd coming out, and they are starting to come out. We see a lot of the Northwestern students here supporting their Ranger baseball team today. With 0-2 the count, 1 down. Here's the pitch by Gibson. Just misses on a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Horn on the season hitting .214 coming into today. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be hit high and deep into right. Could be playable and chased by Hoffman as well as Koenig, but going to go foul onto the warning track along the first base line. So wait for the fielders to get back into play before we can resume. 71 degrees here in Alva. Clear skies, gorgeous day. Winds at about 19 miles an hour blowing straight out to center field. This pitch gets away high, and that'll be ball 2. Count goes to 2-2 here on Horn. On deck, Carson Cheatwood. And the pitch. Swung on and just got a piece of it, fouled straight back. On the season, the Hillcats, not a big home run hitting team, but a solid base hitting team, hitting .287. And the 2-2 pitch, slapped down the third base line and foul. That ball's going to bounce into the field of play, so I have to wait just a second for one of the members of the Rangers bullpen, or excuse me, dugout, to go chase that one down. And we're all set. Still 2-2 the count with 1 down here in the top of the third. Rogers stayed on top 4-0. The pitch by Gibson. This one hit up the middle for a single. Going to drop in. One bounces there to Sean Kelly. He'll get it in quickly. And Horn gets his first hit of the day on the season as hit number 32 for Prescott Horn. That'll bring up Carson Cheatwood, who singled back in the second inning. And Cheatwood looks down to his head coach and looking for some signals. It might be another hit and run situation here for the Hillcats. Hillcats have 82 stolen bases on the season. Pickoff attempt there by Gibson. Back safely is Horn. So 82 stolen bases on 101 attempts. It's a pretty good average. As we look at strike 1 here to Cheatwood. Count now 0-1. And another pickoff attempt. It looks like the Rangers know a possible hit and run or maybe a stolen base attempt is on. To give you an idea, 82 stolen bases compared to the Rangers, who have 29 on the season. The reverse correlation would be 24 home runs for Rogers State. Northwestern sitting at 64. Here's the pitch, high and inside, ball 1. Carson Cheatwood played at Pratt Community College up in Kansas. He's originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the pitch squares up to bunt. He does. It's successful. Charging is Buxton. I didn't see a signal, but I think he's safe at first. And on the throw, very impressive running. Prescott Horn gets all the way to third on the throw. So Buxton got it in well, but the speed of Cheatwood, he just could not get him on that, and that will go down as an infield single. And again, Horn advancing all the way to third on the infield single. So now with runners at the corners, only 1 down, that's going to bring up Victor Siniceros. Siniceros had hit into a fielder's choice his first time up and eventually scored. And he squares the butt, and he bunts this one off the plate and foul. Siniceros, a right-handed senior. on the season, hitting .244 and looking to try to extend this lead. He squares early. And at minimal, it looks like he might try to just sacrifice the runner from first to second. And now he's pulling his bunt back. And he bunts again, and this one he pushes to first base. A perfect bunt. Hoffman with a nice fielding flips it underhand over to Hamakawa, covering all the way from deep second base to get the out, but the run does score. So Siniceros hits a sacrifice bunt and picks up an RBI. And on the play, it'll go down as a 3-4 for out number 2. And Horn scoring on the play. In the meantime, Cheatwood now standing over at second base. That'll bring up Ethan Rivera. He got on base via an error and eventually scored as this ball is thrown way outside. No chance of stopping that one as Mendoza. And Cheatwood will advance to third base. Rangers trail 5-0 here in the top of the third. It looks like mentally they might just not be very sharp here to start this game. Just a couple of miscues overall. Rogers State coming in very focused. Bats lively and great pitching so far. It is early. Here's the pitch. This one's down the middle. Scooped up on 2 hops by Buxton. Long throw to first, and he will get him. Nice job by Fred Buxton at third to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Northwestern trails 5-0. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we're back here once again, bottom of the third inning. Northwestern needs to get something going here offensively. So far, Jerry Davis been an opposing threat on the mound as his first pitch is fouled off by Fred Buxton. So Buxton pretty busy over at third base in the previous inning, or the previous half inning. Buxton comes in out of Silverdale, Washington, hitting .292 on the season. And the pitch. Swung on a miss on a curveball there. Count goes to 0-2 on Buxton. Buxton with 14 hits on the season, has a couple of home runs, 7 RBIs, and scored 7 runs. Here's the pitch. This ball swung on a miss. Strike 3. And that'll be the 4th strikeout here for Jerry Davis. He's picked up at least 1 strikeout in all 3 innings thus far. Coming to the plate now is going to be the left-handed hitting catcher, Gavin Mendoza, the sophomore out of Erie, Colorado. Mendoza, a .222 hitter, has 8 hits on the season and a couple of home runs as well. He also has 7 walks. And the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. A lot of heat on that pitch by Davis. So for Davis, he's gone from 22 to 26 strikeouts today and has yet to allow a base runner. This ball's fouled off third base side into the netting. Move the count to 0-2 on deck. Thomas Beiswanger. And working quickly is Davis. And here's the pitch, way outside for a ball. Somebody warming up now in the Ranger bullpen. We might see a new pitcher in the top of the fourth. We'll try to find out who that is for you here in a few minutes. Nobody on, one down here, bottom of the third inning, count 1-2. Here's the pitch, fouled off out of play, first base side. That's back into Carr territory. As a bunch of the men's basketball players look worried as they're all turning around and looking back into the parking lot. Still 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That ball gets over the catcher for ball 2, and the home plate umpire will kind of take his time to go pursue that ball. I think that might have caught him off guard and shook him up a little bit as well. Davis likes to work from the stretch position, first base side of the rubber. Again, big 6'4" right-handed senior on the mound. Curveball that doesn't catch, framed nicely by Escalante. He thought he had him. So the count is now full on Mendoza, and the Rangers have a chance maybe to get their first base runner here. Davis sets, he deals. This ball is hit down the first base line, but just foul. That ball is going to go along the warning track and continue to scoot around. Stays in foul territory, though. So full count once again here on Mendoza. And the pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll be the 5th strikeout for Davis. It's hard to believe that Davis, for him, this is his only start of the season, but it's his 17th appearance. So far, he looks like a starter out there. And that's going to bring up left fielder Thomas Beiswanger. Beiswanger hitting 226 on the season. He has 14 hits and 13 runs, and he'll look at strike 1. He checks his swing with a fastball over for a strike. Oh, 1 count and the pitch. Way outside and low, hung on to there for ball 1. The battery made of Jerry Davis and Joel Escalante looking pretty solid so far through these first 3 innings. And the pitch, way out in front of that one, is Beiswanger for strike 2. On the season, Thomas has 20 strikeouts and 62 at-bats. And Davis really changed speeds there pretty well. This ball is a fastball hit off the end of the bat and foul. Count stays at 1-2. Davis also known to give up a lot of walks, but so far in this game, he's throwing nothing but strikes. And the pitch to Beiswanger. Check swing, did he go? Appeal down to first. No, he did not. Count will go to 2-2. 2 down here, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Northwestern looking for their first base runner so far. And the pitch. This ball's hit down 3rd baseline, but foul. Good cut by T-Dub, but can't get that one straight enough into the field. Scooped up by the left fielder Cheatwood and thrown into the dugout for the Rangers. So we'll resume play here with a 2-2 count. Davis working from the stretch. He's set. He deals. And that one hit off the end of the bat and foul as well. So Beiswanger having maybe one of the longer at-bats so far of the day for the Rangers. Northwestern still working on their first time through the batting order. On deck is the leadoff hitter, designated hitter Brett Erickson. hoping to get a shot to get up to the plate this inning. Winds are slowing down just a bit. They are still gusting up back and forth between about 16 and 20. This ball's popped up high on the infield. Might get out of play. And it sends everybody scattering, hit over by some of the volleyball players and sends them running away. So that went about 20 feet foul on the third base side, right into the stands. And the crowd having some fun now. That got them kind of excited. Made everybody nervous. And we are back to the play once again. 2-2 the count with 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the third inning. Northwestern trailing right now 5-0. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses high. That'll move the count to full. Good eye there by Beiswanger, not chasing. This has been a long at bat for T-Dub. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. He could not catch up to it. And Jerry Davis strikes out the side, all swinging. We head to the top of the fourth. Northwestern down by 5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we're back here once again in Alva, Oklahoma. Now pitching for the Rangers, Zach McErchin. And the first pitch from Zach is a big swing and a miss there by Marco Barrera. He again went down to one knee trying to crush that one. And working from a half windup, here it is, and it's outside for ball 1. So McErchin out on the mound, the third pitcher being used by the Rangers. This is his 5th appearance on the season, and he works very quickly. Strike 2 swinging. McErchin, 7 innings pitched so far this season, giving up 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, has an ERA of 6.43 and no official record. And with a 1-2 count, here's the pitch. This ball is hit down the first base line and foul. Rogers stayed on top 5-0 right now. 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors through 3 complete innings. Northwestern, no runs, no hits. They do have 1 error. And the pitch by McErchin is slapped into left field. Beiswanger comes over, makes the play for out number 1. And a lot of the fans for Northwestern getting really excited to see that leadoff out by Rogers State. McErchin, a 6'3" true freshman out of Enid, Oklahoma. Wears number 49, works from the first base side of the rubber. And his first pitch to Jonathan Soto is outside for a ball. Soto has had a 2 RBI single back in the second, also flown out to right, 1 for 2 on the day, and time called. I think Soto doesn't like how fast McErchin is working out there, and he does work quickly. This freshman is anxious. He throws this one about 57 feet, bounces up to the plate for ball 2. So again, a true freshman, very excited to be getting some playing time right now. And that's in there for strike 1. Nice pitch on the outside part of the plate. So count now 2-1. Here's the pitch. Ball's fouled off the foot of Soto. And that'll move the count to 2-2. Last time the Rangers played the Hillcats was on the road, lost 9-2 down at Rogers State. Big breaking ball in there for strike 3. Soto knew it all the way. He started walking away before the umpire even signaled. And that's the first time that a Hillcat has gone down on strikes, and the fans are getting very excited, trying to get Northwestern pumped up as we see out number 2. It's the first time that 2 consecutive hitters have led off the inning for outs for the Hillcats in this game. That'll bring up Jesse Holguin. He's officially 1 for 2, and he'll look at strike 1. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a couple of RBIs. Holguin out of Colton, California. This pitch in there for a ball. Count goes to 1-1. Nobody on, 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Hillcats have scored in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. Here's the pitch. This ball slapped deep into center. Going back to Sean Kelly. It's over his head. Bounces off the wall, and Holguin's going to get in there for a double and picking up his second hit of the game. That ball just kept going. Line drive shot. It hit off the base of the wall for a 2-out double. And for Holguin, that's going to be his 17th double of the season and his 68th hit. Leads the Hillcats overall. That's going to bring up cleanup hitter, first baseman Skylar Nelson. Nelson singled in the first and then flew out to first base back in the second inning. Now working from a true stretch position, and a big curveball for strike 1, Zach McErchin. So righty-righty matchup. Big cleanup hitter here in the form of Skylar Nelson. Nelson with 6 home runs on the season. He matches the 6 total by Holguin, who leads the team. This one's popped up high into right field. Coming in his Koenig, and he'll make the play. And that'll be all here in the top of the 4th. Northwestern coming to the plate in the bottom of the 4th, still trailing by 5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning here in Elva. Front Albichon bringing you Ranger Baseball. Filling in for Dustin Goodnow on the Ranger Sports Network. Jerry Davis still on the mound here for the Hillcats. So far, 6 strikeouts, no hits. The first ball hit towards first base, scooped up by Nelson. And Brett Erickson grounds out to lead off the bottom of the fourth. So that'll be 10 in a row to start the game for Jerry Davis. Again, never making a start the entire season, has not allowed a base runner through the first 10 batters. And that's going to bring up Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa, the kind of guy that can break a streak and get one started for the Rangers. He'll look at ball 1 outside. Tail of the tape, the last time these two teams met back on March 1st was pitching issues by Northwestern. They only gave up 6 hits, but had 9 walks. This ball is nubbed towards third base, coming over and diving against the fencing is third baseman Ethan Rivera, and he'll record the out as he slides on both knees into the guardrail of the dugout for out number 2. With 2 down, that's going to bring up Sean Kelly. Kelly went down looking his first time up. So as I was saying, the first time these two teams met back on March 1st, the Rangers only gave up 6 hits, but gave up 9 walks, which led to them losing 9-2 back in that game. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike to Kelly. Sean Kelly, a junior out of Arlington, Texas. Looking to get on base for the first time here for the Rangers. This ball slapped into left field. That'll do it. First hit of the game for Northwestern. Sean Kelly with a single to left. And maybe that might shake the confidence a little bit of Jerry Davis, who has so far owned the Rangers through the first 3 2/3. Another guy that's definitely due to break some things up here is going to be first baseman Blake Hoffman. Hoffman, the top returning hitter from the 2021 squad under Coach Ryan Bowen. Bowen, the 2021 GAC Coach of the Year. Also the Oklahoma Coaches Association Coach of the Year back in 2021. This ball low gets away. It's going to allow Kelly to move up to second base on the pass ball. Actually, it'll probably go down as a wild pitch as that one bounced in and just not able to save that one is the catcher. And either the catcher or the home plate umpire took the brunt of that pitch as the home plate umpire walks all the way out to Davis to hand him the ball. Kind of hoping that single might kind of shake the confidence of Davis a little bit, and maybe it did, as his next pitch is a wild one. So now count 1-0 here on Hoffman with 1 on and 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Rangers still looking for their first run. Hoffman, one of the best power hitters in the GAC. Check swing. Did he go? Well, there's nobody at third base to appeal to. So they appealed to the second base umpire, and he says he did not go. So holding up is Hoffman, and the count will go to 2-0. On deck is the right fielder, Braden Koenig. Long look in by Davis. Definitely changing his pattern a little bit as far as how he's approaching. Big breaking ball and way out ahead is Hoffman for strike 1. Count now 2-1 with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Sitting on second base, Sean Kelly, who broke up the perfect game for Davis here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch. Check swing, the ball's in the dirt again, and right now Davis is definitely approaching Hoffman different than he has some of the other hitters in this lineup, with the count now going to 3-1. Hoffman should look to be selective on this one. Adding more base runners could definitely impact Jerry Davis. Nobody warming up in either pen at this time. This ball's fouled way out of play, third base side, and that one's heading to the bus barn. Count will now go to full on Hoffman. Hoffman, a senior lefty out of the Colony in Texas. Big, strong left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. That one's slapped into right field, but it should be playable for Horn. He's going back. Makes the play, crashes into the wall, and makes the muscle signs as if the wall didn't hurt him. And that'll be all for the Rangers. They threaten to get a man to second. We head to the top of the fifth. Northwestern still trails by 5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Top of the fifth inning, we are back once again here in Alva. Glass Family Field in Myers Stadium. Still on the mound here for the Rangers, Zach McErchin. And his first pitch to Joel Escalante outside for ball 1. Escalante 0 for 2 so far on the day. This ball just low for ball 2. So count now 2-0 here on Escalante. On deck, Prescott, Horn. And the pitch. This ball is hit high and deep into right field. Going back is Koenig. Looking up. Off the wall. Going to be recovered by the center fielder, Sean Kelly. He'll get it in quickly. And that is going to be a leadoff double for Joel Escalante. So for Escalante, that is double number 7 on the season and hit number 39. So the freshman, Zach McErchin, is going to need to buckle down here with nobody down and a man in scoring position. Prescott Horn coming to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run. Working from the stretch position, the freshman out of Enid, Oklahoma. He's set. He looks long at second base. He deals curveball. This one's popped up. Hoffman going to have to make a quick move over to the right foul territory, and reaching back, he makes the play for out number 1 on Prescott Horn. So nice play there by Hoffman. He had a long ways to go, and then the wind took it, and he reached back behind him to make the out. So with 1 down, that's going to bring up Carson Cheatwood. Cheatwood so far 2 for 2 with a couple of singles on the day. Definitely can't afford to give up another single to him here. That would probably score Escalante from second base. McErchin sets, he deals, and that's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball 1. So McErchin working into his second inning. Connor Gibson went on in relief, pitched an inning and 1/3, gave up 1 run on 2 hits. McErchin probably won't go much longer than this inning as there's somebody warming up in the Ranger bullpen. And the pitch to Cheatwood, hit down the third base line and just foul. That'll move the count to 1-1. So Cheatwood all set. He'll step back in there again. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Singled in the second. singled in the third. He advanced to third base on a sacrifice bunt back in the third. This ball is hit down the third base line, foul once again. Nice snag by the third base coach of the Hillcats, and he tosses it into the dugout of the Rangers. Hillcats 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They've played a solid game so far. Long looking for McErchin, stands on the first base side of the rubber. 1 down, man on second here in the top of the 5th inning. And here's the pitch. That one's slapped into left field, should drop. It does. It's going to be a single. The runner had to hold to make sure it wasn't going to be caught, so he's not going to score on the single. And Cheatwood now a 3 for 3. Going to give Cheatwood a little bit of love here. Comes into today on the season only having 46 official at-bats, only 8 hits coming into the game today. He's got 3 hits in this game alone. So he's made his batting average skyrocket from 174 to probably about a 240, 250 batting average on the season now. So Carson Cheatwood, maybe he should transfer to Northwestern. This is a place he seems to like to hit. That'll bring up Victor Sinacerios. And the first pitch to Victor is outside for ball 1. Sinacerios had a hit into a fielder's choice and then had a sacrifice RBI back in the third. He's also scored a run. Runners at the corners. Ooh, he had him leaning. He almost picked him off. So good throw there by McErchin over to first base. Almost picked off Cheatwood. Rangers in double play depth. Outfield a little bit deep, but straight away. McErchin sets and deals. The runner goes. Throw down to second base. Way off line. They're not going to get him. And that'll be a stolen base for Cheatwood. And they're going to get out of the double play situation. You might see another sacrifice attempt here to throw another run. Sinacerios already had a sacrifice bunt before throwing a run, and with runners at second and third, the infield is going to play in, expecting either the bunt or to try to stop the run from scoring. And here's the pitch, bunt attempt. He does bunt it, but he bounced it foul and out of play. So we'll start this all again. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Men on second and third here in the top of the 5th. Sinacero's already bunted for an RBI already. At the plate, looking to bunt once again. Infield is in. Outfield is deep. The pitch, curveball. Oh, looked good, but the umpire must have thought that was just a little bit high, and the count will now go to 3-1. Sinaceros did not square to bunt on that one. And so now you probably just need to challenge him with the fastball. And here's the pitch. Another curveball hit towards short. Runners are going to, oh, the runners are stuck. The runner from second advanced to third on the bunt, but the runner from third did not go. So Guerrero came home, and they were able to get the lead runner, Escalante, at the plate. So that'll go down as a fielder's choice again for Sinaceros, with the runner being thrown out at the plate for out number 2. Cheatwood does advance to third. However, no run did score. So now with 2 down and runners at the corners, that's going to bring up Ethan Rivera. Rivera reached base on the error, scored a run. Also grounded out to third. And the pitch, there goes the runner. Throw down to second base is a fake this time. And that'll be basically a no contest throw down to second. So runners at second and third. 2 down. Infield now is back. Outfield straight away once again. Here's the pitch. Big curveball in there for a strike. That's a good looking pitch by McErchin, and the count goes to 1-1. McErchin picked up a strikeout back in the fourth inning. It was his 6th of the season. Here's the pitch. This ball is slapped into center field deep. Going back is Kelly. He's at the warning track, makes the play. And McErchin, going 2 complete innings without giving up a run, gets us to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we're back here once again. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Elva. Fred Aubuchon filling in for Dustin Goodnow today. And leading off, the number 5 hitter, Braden Koenig. Koenig 0 for 1. He is struck out, and he'll look at strike 1 there from starting pitcher Jerry Davis. Davis having a monster game as a starting pitcher here for the first time this season. And this ball way outside for ball 1. Count now 1-1 here. Rangers trailing by 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. They need to get some base runners going. And hey, Dustin Goodnow coming in the booth to say hello to me. How nice. As we look at ball 2. Dustin, you ready to take over and jump in here? I'm excited because I get to use all of Dustin's great equipment, and I have none of my own, so I'm just excited to be using his stuff. So count now 2-1 here, and that ball's fouled off straight back. Count going to 2-2. So, yeah, the Rangers definitely needing some base runners here. Need to get to Davis and get him out of this game. But so far, he's looked sharp. So, Koenig again struck out back in the 2nd inning swinging. And this pitch in there for strike 3. Catches the outside part of the plate. And that'll be the 7th strikeout for Jerry Davis. And out number 1 here for the Rangers. That's going to bring up shortstop Brian Guerrero. Guerrero so far 0 for 1 in the game. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. And first pitch from Davis, swung on and missed. A big curveball for strike 1. Davis, as the game has gone on, has gotten away from his fastball and starting to mix in some breaking balls and curveballs, and it's starting to catch the Rangers off guard a little bit. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Another curveball in there for strike 2. Guerrero looks out at him as if to say, where did that come from? With 0-2 the count, here's the pitch. That ball's hit down the third base line and just going to scoot foul. Ethan Rivera pursuing it, but a little too far out of his reach. We'll have to wait for that ball to be recovered as it bounced off the fencing and moved into left field. And I just heard unofficially that there's been 60 pitches by Davis and 43 of them have been strikes. Here's the pitch. High fastball. He overthrew that one just a bit. Count goes to 1-2 on deck. Freddie Buxton, the third baseman for the Rangers. Back in the third inning, Davis recorded back-to-back-to-back strikeouts to go 1-2-3. This ball's hit into left field, fairly deep, going back is Cheatwood at the warning track and makes the play. So 2 down now here for Northwestern, and that is going to bring up Fred Buxton. Buxton struck out back in the third inning. Buxton, a sophomore out of Silverdale, Washington. On the season has 14 hits to go with 2 walks. And first pitch to Buxton in there for a strike. And Davis he is the first pitch strike monster for the Hillcats. Again, working quickly, 0-1 the count. Swung on and missed for strike 2. A fastball there just getting by Buxton. Northwestern needs to start getting to Davis here as the game is drawing on. This ball's hit towards shortstop. One hopper picked up by Holguin. Throw to first, and it'll be another 1-2-3 inning for the Hillcats. We head to the top of the 6th. Northwestern trailing by 5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again, top of the 6th inning here in Elva. We're at Glass Family Field in Myers Stadium. Relief pitcher in for the Rangers, Ethan Swanson, taking over for Zach McErchin. McErchin went 2 full innings, did not give up a run, 3 hits, and had the only strikeout for the Ranger pitchers thus far. Swanson, a senior from right here in Elva, Oklahoma, as he throws strike 1 against leadoff hitter and center fielder Marco Barrera. Barrera officially 1 for 2 with a double and a walk, and he has scored twice. And he looks at strike 2 quickly here by Swanson. Again, the Hillcats have only struck out 1 time so far in this game, and that was McErchin back in the 4th inning against on-deck hitter Jonathan Soto. In there for strike 3, and going down looking is Barrera. So how about that? Ethan Swanson out of the bullpen comes up with a strikeout, the first batter that he faces. That's going to bring up Jonathan Soto, the righty. This will be a righty-on-righty matchup. Soto so far flew out, had a 2 RBI single, and also struck out, as I said before, back in the 4th. And working quickly is Swanson for strike one, looking against Soto. I'll give you some stats here on Swanson in just a moment as he's working. Oh, the catcher needs to go talk to his head coach. It looks like his gear may have been faulty, so he's getting checked on by Coach Bowen. So let's tell you about Swanson. This is his 13th appearance on the season. He has a 6.84 ERA, a record of 0-5. And in 51 and a third innings, he's given up 39 earned runs, 42 walks, but also has 61 strikeouts. Big curveball inside for a strike, and oh, Soto very upset about the call. And he's actually arguing with the umpire, which you don't see very often in college games of hitters argue with umpires. In there for strike. Wow, that ball was over the absolute heart of the plate, and the home plate umpire, I don't think was even watching, called it a ball. So the count goes to 1-2. Talk about a makeup call. This ball fouled off straight back. There is no place that ball could have been thrown to be called for a ball. That was over the absolute heart of the plate. And I truly feel the umpire was trying to do a makeup call, and that's not when you do it. You don't mess with the pitcher's mind that much. Count it now 1-2. Breaking ball hit down to third base, scooped up, backhanded by Buxton. Long throw to first, and they did get him. Hoffman jumped up to make the save, came down on the bag before the runner got there. I believe that was the right call, but there's going to be an argument at first. And of course, it's college. They're not going to overturn it. They can appeal it to other umpires, but I believe the right call was made. And right now that stands as a 5-3 for out number 2. And the home plate umpire is going over to the dugout of the Hillcats to kind of slow the chirping down. The runner is talking to the second base umpire. The coach is talking to the first base umpire. And the home plate umpire is standing in the coach's box. I do not see the call being overturned. And that is going to go down as... Well, wait a minute. It should be out number 2, but all of a sudden, Soto is standing on first as if they're overruling or overturning the call. I'll be shocked if this call is overturned. So we're waiting for a moment as all three umpires have a discussion. Soto's still standing on first. And now they're calling him safe. Oh, that's going to bring Bowen out of the dugout. What? I do not understand the overturn of the call. And I also don't know if that's going to go down as a single or an error because the throw is just a little high. Hoffman had to jump up to save it. And now Coach Bowen is having a conversation with both umpires, and I just can't believe they're overturning this call. It looked like a solid call from the first base umpire. And after a very long discussion with the coach of the Hillcats, Coach Klimas, we have a call overturned, and Coach Bowen is livid. And so we're going to have to wait a few seconds for the final call. I'll stay with you online here, but that's going to be all for Coach Bowen as far as conversation. And that's going to go down as a runner on first. Still waiting for the official call on error or out. And it's going to go down as an error on Freddie Buxton. And Soto's standing on first. He's on for the second time this game. And that's going to bring up Jesse Holguin. Holguin is 2 for 2. There's a single, a double, and a couple of RBIs. Really productive game for Holguin so far. First pitch in there for a strike. And here's the pitch by Swanson. Check swing in there for strike 2. Let's not forget all this took place after the home plate umpire decided not to call strike 3 on a perfect pitch against Soto, trying to do a makeup call from a bad strike 2 call. Now 0-2 counts. Swanson pitches. This ball is fouled off into the parking lot on the third base side and out of play. So 0-2 now the count. One on top of the 6th inning and one down. On deck, number 21, Skylar Nelson. Infield and double play depth. This pitch way outside, almost a pitch out. I don't think that was intentional, but that's how far outside the pitch was. Nice stop there by Gavin Mendoza. Story of the game so far for Northwestern has just been no base runners. Only one player has reached base so far for Northwestern. And the pitch. This one's hit down the first base line. Gonna go foul. For Northwestern, no runs, one hit. They've committed 2 errors, and so far for Rogers State, 5 runs on 10 hits, and they've had no errors. Also, a few other things to say about the Hillcats. 3 stolen bases so far in the game, and starting pitching, 7 strikeouts against the Rangers. Here's the pitch. Check swing. No call there for a ball. Count now goes to 2-2 on Holguin. Seeing some more fans starting to come out here at the ballpark here at Myers Stadium. Here's the pitch. This ball's popped up and going to go out of play. Swanson getting a new baseball, starting to get a feel for it. Count 2-2, one down, one on here in the top of the 6th inning. Controversial play at first base, originally called out. Long conversations led to him being safe. This ball's popped up once again on the third base side, going to go foul and out of play just beyond the bleachers here of Myers Stadium. Beautiful afternoon here in Elba. It's 350 right now, and the weather outside 73 degrees. The wind's blowing almost straight out to the north at 21 miles an hour. No clouds. It is gorgeous. Swung out a miss, and strike 3, and down goes Holguin, striking out for the first time today. And that'll be out number 2, and the second strikeout thrown by Swanson. Only the 3rd strikeout of the game for the Hillcats. Ethan Swanson, the 4th pitcher used here by the Rangers. Matthew Potts started last inning and 2/3. Connor Gibson came in and pitched an inning and a third. And a strike looking there to Skylar Nelson. Freshman Zach McUrchin came in through 2 innings, did not give up any runs. Nelson 0-1 is the count. He had a single back in the first. And this one's hit high and deep into left field. Beismeyer going back to the warning track, looks up, gone, a home run at about the 375 mark for Skylar Nelson. For Nelson, that is his 7th home run on the season. And that'll be a 2-run homer. Both Soto and Nelson come across the plate to give a 7-0 lead for the Hillcats. Ethan Swanson looking good out there through the first 3 batters. Should have been a 1-2-3 inning, but a judgment call has now led to 2 runs being scored. And coming to the plate now, the left-handed hitting catcher, Joel Escalante. Escalante will look at ball 1. Escalante so far 1 for 3. He doubled back in the 5th inning. First home run of the game for either team coming off Skylar Nelson. And Nelson now officially takes the lead for the Hillcats with his 7th home run, and that would be his 43rd, his 43rd RBI. 2-0 the count to Escalante. This pitch just high for ball 3. No doubt that Swanson a little shaken by the 2-run homer. Hit just past the scoreboard in left field. So 3-0 the count to Escalante. Working from the windup. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Jumping back was Escalante, but it was right over the inside part of the plate. That'll move the count to 3-1. Prescott Horn on deck for the Hillcats. Here's the pitch. High, and that'll be a walk to Escalante. He's on base for the second time. You might see a visit to the mound. And not going to see a visit, but we are seeing some activity in the bullpen of the Rangers. Coming to the plate now is going to be Prescott Horn. Horn 1 for 3 on the day, singled and scored a run. He'll look at strike one. 3 stolen bases so far today for the Hillcats, and you may see some more here. They like to run. This pitch low but low for ball one. Count goes to 1-1 with 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Man on first, 2 already across the plate for the Hillcats. Rangers having a bit of a rough day. Breaking ball in there for a strike. They're going to need to get the bats going in the bottom of the 6th and start to push a little bit of a comeback. Northwestern winning 2 out of 3 this past weekend against Arkansas Tech. In some very important games for the Rangers, staying alive in conference play. This weekend, Northwestern heading to Weatherford to play Southwestern to finish off conference play season. And they're going to need to pick up at least a couple wins and maybe get a little bit of help to get into the tournament. Curveball in there for strike 3. And how about that? 3 strikeouts for Ethan Swanson. Unfortunately, inside those 3 strikeouts came a 2-run homer by Skylar Nelson. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Northwestern trails 7-0. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, we're back here in Alva. Northwestern needing to get some base runners on and get some runs here against leadoff pitcher, or starting pitcher, Jerry Davis. Coming up now, catcher Gavin Mendoza. Big swing and a miss there, maybe a foul ball off the end of the bat off Mendoza. Mendoza only been up once so far, and he struck out. That was back in the 3rd inning. So Mendoza looking to get some things going here, helping his team out. Gavin out of Erie, Colorado, from Erie High School. Righty-lefty matchup. That ball is outside by Davis. Count goes to 1-1. Pretty impressive. Davis going the distance so far. He'd only thrown 18 1/3 innings all season long through 16 appearances, and this his lone start. He's gone into the 6th inning. And the pitch. Heater down low. Count goes to 2-1. You got to feel eventually the wheels are going to start to come off for Davis. Nobody warming up in their bullpen. There is activity in the Ranger bullpen. This ball popped up in foul territory and will get out of play. Looks like the Rangers are going to have a pinch hitter coming up on deck here in place of Thomas Beiswanger. It looks like it could be Joseph Frisbee. Frisbee stretching in the on-deck circle. I expect to see him up at the plate. 2-2 now the count here to Mendoza. This pitch is crushed into right field, but foul. Well hit. That one bounces right through the bullpen of the Hillcats. So Joseph Frisbee on deck at the moment. Looks like he will be coming in to do a lefty-righty or lefty-righty matchup. This ball fouled off once again. Mendoza staying alive. 2-2, still a count here. Bottom of the 6th. Nobody on, nobody down. Davis works from the stretch position, first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Curveball, high, misses. Count will go to full. Outfield in just a little bit. They're not afraid of the power of Mendoza. Mendoza does have a couple of home runs on the season with the wind blowing out. If he can get one up and high, he can put one beyond any of those outfielders. This ball fouled off. He went after a bad pitch there. Fouled it off his ankle, maybe his shin. He's going to have to walk that off for a second. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Hillcats. Northwestern, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. And it's not a good thing when you have more errors than hits on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. This ball's popped up on the infield. Davis calling for it. He wants it. That's going to create a problem, and the ball lands. Pitcher should never call for an infield hit. And the ball ends up landing. It did not touch anybody, but that would have to go down as an error on Davis, as he was the one who stuck his glove out and touched nothing. So that will go down as an error, and that should go down on Davis. So I'm going to give that as an E1. It might go down to the third baseman. I don't think he should get it because Davis is calling everybody off. So Mendoza standing at first base with nobody down, and that's going to bring up a pinch hitter, Joseph Frisbee. Coming to the plate, Frisbee out of Denton, Texas. Pinch hitting for Thomas Beiswanger. Frisbee, a .269 hitter. Has a .330 on base percentage, and this is trying to give it a lefty-lefty advantage here for the Rangers. And big cut and a miss there by Frisbee for strike 1. Joseph trying to make an impact on the game right away. Beiswanger only got 1 at bat in the game, and he struck out. This ball is popped into center field, fairly deep, going back as Barrera at the warning track makes the play. And the runner will have to retreat back to first. So he gave it a ride. And that'll be out number 1. And coming to the plate now is going to be Brett Erickson. Erickson so far 0 for 2 on the day. He lined out, or he grounded out to first base back in the 4th. He struck out to lead off the game back in the 1st. So 1 on 1 down here, bottom of the 6th inning. Northwestern trying to get something going. Mendoza standing on first. And first pitch outside for ball 1 to Brett Erickson. Erickson from Collinsville, Oklahoma, played at Barton Community College. This ball's popped up. Coming in is Nelson from first base. The catcher going back. Oh, the catcher makes the play. Escalante just reaches out right in front of home plate. The wind was really pushing that ball around. And that'll be out number 2. So now 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up second baseman Yugo Hamakawa. And Hamakawa, the leading hitter for the Rangers, is overdue. He is 0 for 2. Left-handed hitting second baseman out of Tokyo, Japan. As I do every time I do the play-by-play, shout out to his father, who I know is listening in back in Tokyo. And count goes to 1-0 on Hamakawa. Yugo looking for something in his wheelhouse. Like to do a little buggy whip out in the right center and get his team on the board. Check swing. Ball is low and inside for ball 2. Marco Barrera out in center field is almost doing a little bit of extra exercise out there. He's running back and forth. Coaches are trying to get him in position. Now he's to the right of second base, or to my right, first base side of second base. The Ball's low for ball 3. Hamakawa leads the team in walks with 26. And at this point, I don't think he cares how he gets on base. He knows he wants to get on base. And the pitch. And that's in there for ball 4. So now men at first and second. That's going to bring up center fielder Sean Kelly. And that is the first walk of the game given up by Jerry Davis. Sean Kelly, the only player to have a hit for the Rangers, and that's going to bring the pitching coach of the Hillcats out. And so we'll take a break here for just a few moments as the coach talks to his team. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And the meeting on the mound is over, and we are back once again. Sean Kelly at the plate. Again, the only one to have a hit in this game so far for the Rangers. He struck out and singled. He singled back in the 4th inning, eventually advanced to second on a wild pitch. Here's the pitch. And he was swing on that fastball, foul it straight back for strike 1. Count now 0-1 here on Kelly, the center fielder for the Rangers out of Arlington, Texas. A base hit here could get his team on the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. This ball slapped into left field. Going to be trouble going down the line. Just drifts foul. That ball to the warning track. If it would have been fair, probably would have got at least 1 run in. And probably runners at second and third. Kelly gave it a ride. But the count will now go to 0-2. Davis starting him off with a heater. And then comes in with the breaking ball and gets him way out in front. Again, Davis pitching a gem here for his team. Came in with an ERA of 5.89. He's probably cut that almost in half today. Ready to resume play once again. Davis working from the first base side of the rubber. Hamakawa on first. Mendoza over on second. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3, and Kelly goes down on strikes. Top of the 7th inning, we're back here now in Elva, Oklahoma. Edwin Clone taking over for the Rangers, and this will be the 5th pitcher used by Northwestern. Carson Cheatwood at the plate. He'll look at strike 1. Ethan Swanson went one inning, gave up 2 runs on a 2-run homer. He also had 3 strikeouts back in the 6th. So Edwin Cologne making his first appearance today, and he'll give strike 2 here to Carson Cheatwood. Cheatwood so far perfect on the day, going 3 for 3 with 3 singles. He also has a stolen base. Cologne working from the first base side of the rubber, and strike 3 swinging there for Cheatwood. He goes down on strikes for the first time today. And good start there out of the bullpen here for Edwin Cologne. Again, the 5th pitcher being used by Northwestern. And we're starting to get some activity in the bullpen of the Hillcats. Going the distance so far, Jerry Davis, who's had a gem of a game, giving up only 1 hit on the day. First pitch here to Victor Sinacerius is strike 1. Sinacerius is hit into a fielder's choice, had a sacrifice RBI. He also hit into another fielder's choice and stole a base as he looks at strike 2. Count 0-2 now on Sinacerius. Working quickly is Cologne. This pitch is fouled off straight back. Count will remain 0-2. So Sinacerius is officially 0 for 2. He has an RBI, scored a run, and a stolen base. And the pitch inside for a ball. Count will go to 1-2 on Victor. On deck for the Hillcats is number 22, Ethan Rivera. Rivera would represent the 4th time through the order for Rogers State. This pitch bounces and stopped there by Mendoza. The count will now go to 2-2. Top of the 7th inning. Rogers State 7 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. Northwestern no runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors. Just been a tough day at the plate for Northwestern. Here's the pitch. That one skips in also. 1 hops into Mendoza. The count will now go to full. So Mendoza got out quickly. Quick strikeout on Cheatwood. A couple of quick strikes on Sinacerius, and he's not been close the last 3 pitches. And this pitch is laced into left field and just fouled by about a foot. Good stroke there by Sinacerius, and that'll return to the full count as he heads back to home plate. Looks like we have Dean Grisham warming up in the bullpen for the Hillcats. Not sure if Dean will come in the bottom of the 7th. But he looks like he's ready to go. Lefty out there getting a good warm-up in for Rogers State. Cologne sets, he deals. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3 on a curveball. And Sinacerius goes down swinging for the first time. 3 strikeouts in the top of the 6th for the Hillcats. 2 strikeouts so far here in the top of the 7th. Unfortunately, those 3 strikeouts also had just inside of them a 2-run homer by Skylar Nelson, the only home run of the game for either team. Ethan Rivera at the plate. They'll look at ball 1 over but low. Rivera 0 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error, scored a run, and grounded out to third and flew out to center field in his 3 at-bats. This pitch is outside for ball 2. So a quick 2-0 count here on Rivera. Cologne, a very aggressive pitcher, works very deliberately. And here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's over, fouled down the 3rd baseline. Fielded nicely by the coach once again for the Hillcats. Coach Klimas has been a very busy fielder out there as he scooped up at least 3 balls down as a 3rd base coach. Gorgeous day, mid-70s here in Elva. This ball's hit towards 3rd base again. Coach going for another one, makes a snag. And even the Rangers in the dugout were pretty excited about that play. He had that one on the run, backhands it, flips into the dugout. And the count will now go to 2-2. 2 down here at the top of the sixth. Northwestern trying to get the Hillcats to go out 1-2-3. This ball's hit towards short. Moving over is Guerrero. Nice glove. Throw to first. And he's going to be safe. That's just some great speed there by Rivera. That's going to be an infield single. And the 12th hit of the game for the Hillcats. So again, good glove work there by Guerrero, but just could not get the speedy Rivera in time. And for Rivera, that is his first hit of the day, and that'll be hit number 10 on the season. Coming to the plate now, left-handed hitting Marco Barrera. Barrera so far has doubled, walked, scored 2 runs, struck out, and flew out to left field. Officially 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big cut there by Barrera for strike 1. Barrera out of Wilmington, California is a true freshman. Bats left-handed, throws right-handed. 5'11" freshman at the plate. This one's hit towards shortstop. Guerrero scoops up. He'll take it unassisted over to the bag, and that'll be all. The Hillcats pick up a single, but strand 1 will be right back in a few moments on the Ranger Sports Network as Northwestern trails 7-0. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Alva. Welcome to Glass Family Field at Myers Stadium. Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger baseball in place of Dustin Goodnow. Still on the mound, Jerry Davis. And his first pitch to Blake Hoffman is just in there for strike 1. Hoffman lined out to short on a great defensive play by Holguin. And he also flew out to very, very deep right field back in the 4th inning. 0 for 2 so far. This ball is hit foul between his legs and back to the backstop. We have activity in both bullpens. Number 32, Dean Grisham, still warming up for the Hillcats. I can't really see who's warming up for Northwestern, but I'm sure we can get that information here in just a few moments. 0-2 now the count here on Hoffman. Here's the pitch. This ball is hit towards second base, through and under the glove of Siniceros. And that'll be a single for Hoffman. He's going for 2. Throw in is offline, and Hoffman turns a single into a double. And trying to shake things up. I like how Blake Hoffman's aggressive there, and he gets a double. And for Hoffman, that is his 14th double on the season. He definitely caught the right fielder Horn off balance a little bit, going for 2, and he tried to throw it in quickly, but it was just offline. With a man on second, Braden Koenig's going to come to the plate, and this is probably the best threat so far on the day for the Rangers with the leadoff double. Koenig 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts on the day. This pitch almost hits him and gets away, and that's going to allow Hoffman to move up to third. And that'll go down as a wild pitch, the second wild pitch of the game for Davis. And I got to think if Koenig gets on base in any way here, that might be all for Davis. And again, it's not that he's doing a bad job. He's just throwing a long game, probably the longest of the season. And again, his first start of the season for the Hillcats. Here's the pitch. Over but low, ball 2. So far, Davis going 6 full innings, working into the 7th inning here. Leadoff man on third. This ball's hit high and deep to right field. Horn coming over, shading his eyes from the sun. He'll make the play. Hoffman trying to advance from third. Beautiful throw, but in safely. And the first run of the game for the Rangers off the sacrifice fly by Braden Koenig. And for Koenig, that is his 33rd RBI. So it's nice to shade in a little run there for the Rangers, and maybe they can keep this going in the form of Brian Guerrero, the shortstop. And the pitch, big curveball in there for strike 1 to Guerrero. Guerrero so far 0 for 2. He grounded out to shortstop and flew out to left field. His fly out to left field was a deep shot, just a little short. This ball way outside for a ball. So score now 7-1, still in favor of the Hillcats, but the Rangers putting one up on the board. One down here, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Guerrero at the plate. That ball crossed the plate, but very low for ball 2. Count goes to 2-1. Out of 6 innings of work, 4 times Davis has gotten the Rangers 1-2-3. This ball's hit fouled on the third base line. Count will now go to 2-2 on Guerrero. On deck, Freddie Buxton looking for his 3rd at-bat of the game. Two-two is the pitch. Popped up. And that ball is going to trail just over the fencing and out of play. And Davis will move back to the mound once again. Still 2-2 the count. Nobody on, 1 down. 1 run already across for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. This ball is hit foul once again. Good cut there by Guerrero, just a hair late. Working from the first base side of the rubber. Davis is working from the stretch position. Here's the pitch. That ball's high and tight. Oh, strike 3. It almost hit him in the hands, and he didn't even move his hands. That's a tough, tough call for strike 3. And that's going to be strikeout number 9 for Jerry Davis. So Freddie Buxton at the plate now. He is 0 for 2, struck out, and he grounded out to shortstop. Here's the pitch. He swung on and missed. He's way out in front on that one. Impressive 9 strikeouts to 1 walk for Jerry Davis. Another swing and a miss. Can't reach that one, just on the outside part of the plate. And now two quick strikeouts on Buxton. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Again, the Rangers picking up one run, but they need to stay alive here and put some more pressure on the starting pitcher. Swung on and missed. Gonna have to play this one to first base, and that will complete the out. That'll be all for the Rangers. They pick up 1, but still trail by 6. We head to the top of the 8th. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again, top of the 8th inning here in Alva. Rogers State coming to the plate, leading off Jonathan Soto. Soto so far 1 for 4. He had a 2 RBI single back in the second. He also struck out, reached base on an error, and scored a run. Now pitching for the Rangers, Tate Schuerman, and we'll give you some more information on that here in just a moment. First pitch, swung on a miss here by Soto for strike one. And Soto walks all the way across the plate and looking for some help with some traction on his bat. So Schuerman coming in. He is the 6th pitcher for the Rangers. This is his 10th appearance. He has a 1-1 record, a 7.94 ERA, throwing 11 1/3 innings, giving up 10 earned runs, 5 walks, and has 8 strikeouts. Playing in left field, I forgot to mention last inning, Joseph Frisbee, who pinch hit for Thomas Beiswanger, staying in left field. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed again, strike 2. And over at third base now, playing for Freddie Buxton, is going to be Jose Rubalcaba, and I'm sure he'll stay in and probably bat his next time through. Quick 2-strike count here on Jonathan Soto. Schuerman works from the first base side of the rubber, kind of a half wind-up position. That'll be ball 1 inside. Been a tough time at the home plate for the home plate umpire today. His strike zone is varied a lot. It has squiggly lines for sure. As the count now goes to 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. This one slapped into left field down the line and going to go foul down the warning track. That one skips out and around, and it's going to have a long run for one of the Ranger faithful going after that ball. So again, the count 1 and 2 on deck. Jesse Holguin, the defensive monster for the Hillcats. So Schuerman set to deal once again. Here's the pitch. Oh, he went on that one. That ball was a slider way outside, and strike 3. And Soto strikes out for the second time today. So Schuerman, a true freshman out of Medford, Oklahoma. Medford just about an hour straight east of Alva. And that'll bring up, again, Jesse Holguin. Jesse grounded out for an RBI, had an RBI single, hit a double, and then struck out back in the 6th inning. This ball is nubbed into right field. Coming in to make the play is Braden Koenig. That hit off the end of the bat, or the handle of the bat, and just did not have much on it at all as it just died out in right field. 2 quick outs here for Schuerman in relief. That's going to bring up Skylar Nelson. Nelson had the big 2-run homer back in the 6th. He also had a single and a stolen base in the 1st. He's officially 2 for 4 on the day. Nelson, the team leader in home runs for the Hillcats. And the pitch, good-looking pitch, just a little low, ball 1. Good location for that by Schuerman. Again, the freshman making his 10th appearance on the season. He's got a strikeout and a fly out here to begin the top of the 8th inning. Curveball popped up high and deep into left field. Going back is Joseph Frisbee. Gone. That ball just kept going. It looked like a straight pop-up, and it just sailed over the scoreboard in left field. That ball hit probably about 425 feet. That looked like a pop-up to begin with, and Nelson picks up his 2nd home run in as many at-bats. And the Rangers picked up 1 at the bottom of the 7th, and the Hillcats answer right back, picking up 1 here in the top of the 8th. That's going to bring up the left-handed hitting catcher, Joel Escalante. Escalante is officially 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Here's the pitch in there for strike 1. The Rangers now putting up their best fight today for their last home game of the season in non-conference play. Here is the pitch. This ball's hit towards third base, scooped up by Rubalcaba. Throw to first, 1 hop to Hoffman, and Hoffman can't make the scoop, and that's going to go down as an error by Jose Rubalcaba. He just rushed the throw a little bit too much. And Escalante is on base for the 3rd time today. So the man on first and 2 down, that's going to bring up Prescott Horn. Horn on the day, 1 for 4. He had a single, scored a run. He also struck out. And the pitch to Horn way outside for ball 1. Escalante had a big lead off at first. Looked like he was thinking about stealing on that one. Maybe trying to test Schuerman to see what kind of a move he has. This time he does throw over to first. I'm assuming the catcher, Mendoza, probably signaled keep him a little bit closer. Nobody warming up in either bullpen at this moment. There is movement in the bullpen of the Hillcats, but nobody officially warming up. Here's the pitch. This ball is hit toward third. Rubicalva throw to second to Hamakawa for the play, and that'll be all. As Rubicalva had a couple chances there. First one just a little bit too anxious to make the throw, but he finishes it off this time. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Northwestern trails 8-1. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. For his 7th appearance on the season, no official record. ERA of 8.22. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings, given up 7 earned runs, 6 walks to go with 12, an impressive 12 strikeouts. And he'll be starting off against left-handed hitting catcher Gavin Mendoza. Jerry Davis going 7 complete innings, his first start of the season. I should say his only start of the season. Giving up just 1 run, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. I have to say, pretty much brilliant pitching for Jerry Davis. So lefty on lefty matchup. Now here's the first pitch by Grisham, and he's going to be a foul ball down the third base line here by Mendoza. Mendoza officially 0 for 2. He struck out and reached base on an error back in the 6th inning. Northwestern trailing 8-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. They're going to have to do some serious damage in this inning if they want to stay alive. So 0-1 the count. Nobody on, nobody down. And the second pitch here by Grisham is in there for strike 2. Good looking pitch right across the heart of the plate. Outfield shading towards left. Infield wide, not really playing up the middle for this hitter in Mendoza. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Mendoza goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. That'll officially be the 11th strikeout by the Rangers. The last time these two teams played, the Rangers only struck out 6 times. They're looking at doubling that if they have one more strikeout. Last time we only scored 2 runs as well, and those are in the first inning. We played Rogers State before, and right now we've only scored 1 in this game. Coming up is going to be Joseph Frisbee, who came back in the 6th inning for Thomas Beiswanger. And Frisbee looks at one high and tight for ball 1. Joseph Frisbee out of Denton, Texas, this lefty sophomore coming in as a pinch runner back in the 6th inning. This ball is fouled off straight back. Count now goes to 1-1 on the season. I'm sorry, he came in as a pinch hitter. Excuse me, pinch hitter, not a pitch runner. On the season, Frisbee came in hitting .269. And he is 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to center. He looks at ball 2 outside. His only time up back in the 6th, he hit one to the warning track in center field, just missing an extra base hit by a few feet. Great defensive play out there by Barrera. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch by Grisham. This ball is slapped into left field. Going to be a tough play. Everybody going after it. It's going to trail foul. Good pursuit there by both Rivera and Cheatwood as they got close to it. But that kind of landed in between just about everybody. Again, bottom of the 8th inning, 1 down, nobody on. Beautiful afternoon here in Elva. Winds have been gusting between about 16 and 20 miles an hour off and on, blowing out almost to the north, which is center field here, sometimes to the northwest. Temperature hitting right about 74 at this time. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Oh, that's a tough call inside, and that is strike 3 on Frisbee. And there has just been some rough calls at the plate by this home plate umpire, and that is now the 12th strikeout for the Rangers as Frisbee goes down looking, and that's back-to-back strikeouts to begin for Grisham. Coming to the plate is going to be leadoff hitter Brett Erickson. Erickson 0 for 3, strikeout, grounded to first base, and popped up to the catcher his last time up. And he'll look at strike 1. Fastball over. Looked a little low, but called for a strike. Grisham working from a wind-up position. The lefty sets and deals. This ball's high and inside for a ball. Nobody warming up at either bullpen at this time. I would think Schuerman's going to probably come on to pitch in the 9th inning with nobody warming up. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Count 1-1. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Strike 2 now here on Erickson. Erickson 11 strikeouts on the season and 57 official at-bats. Grisham sets and deals. Breaking ball hit towards shortstop, charging his Holguin. Quick throw to first, and that'll be all. 1-2-3 inning against Northwestern here, and we head to the top of the 9th. Northwestern needs to hold them to stay in the game. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Top of the ninth inning, and we are back here once again in Elva, Oklahoma. Northwestern trails 8-1. Coming to the plate is going to be the left fielder, Carson Cheatwood. Cheatwood 3 for 4 on the day with 3 singles. He's also stolen a base and struck out. The first pitch by Schuerman over but low for ball 1. Long, lanky left fielder getting the benefit of the call at the knees right there for ball 1. And we are seeing a little bit of activity now in the Hillcat bullpen. We might see a different pitcher for the ninth inning. Pitch by Schuerman, hit toward shortstop, one hop, picked up by Guerrero, throw to first, in there for out number 1. Nice defense there by the Rangers. And Cheatwood out for only the second time today. Coming up now is the second baseman, Victor Siniceros. Siniceros officially 0 for 3. He's had a sacrifice, been on base twice, scored a run, and stole a base. Also has an RBI, and struck out back in the 7th. Ball 1 inside to Siniceros. So Siniceros looking for his first hit, one of the only Hillcats not to have one today. And he'll look at strike 1. As I review the box score, Siniceros is the only Hillcat to not have a hit today. So 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Good looking pitch there by the freshman Schuerman. And Schuerman from Medford High School in Medford, Oklahoma. Making his 10th appearance on the season. That one ball outside. He has thrown 12 innings so far on the season. Schuerman working from the first base side of the rubber, now working from the stretch position. Curveball popped into short right field. Coming in is Koenig. He makes a little jump at the ball unnecessarily just to have some fun and makes out number 2. So 2 down now here in the top of the 9th inning, and that's going to bring up third baseman Ethan Rivera. Rivera on the day 1 for 4. He singled, reached base on an error, and has also scored a run. And the pitch. That ball is popped up. Could be playable. Coming back is Mendoza, but he'll see it come in and bounce right over the top of the press box for strike 1. Ethan Rivera, redshirt sophomore out of Marietta, Pennsylvania. Tate Schuerman, the 6th pitcher being used by the Rangers today here in the top of the 9th inning. And that'll be strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. Count will now go to 0-2. And Schuerman trying to pick up his 2nd strikeout in relief with an 0-2 count. And this pitch is a curveball. Strike 3 hung on to nicely by Mendoza. And that'll be all. He does pick up his 2nd strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Northwestern needs a few. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. Bottom of the ninth inning, Northwestern having their final at bats to try to stay alive in this game. They trail 8-1. Coming to the plate now, second baseman Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa walked back in the sixth. He's officially 0 for 2. And relief pitcher Dean Grisham still in the game after he came in the eighth inning, replacing starting pitcher Jerry Davis, who went 7 strong innings in the first pitch from Grisham, high for ball 1. 8 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for the Hillcats. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Rangers. High once again, ball 2, and we do have somebody still warming up in the bullpen for the Hillcats. And Grisham getting behind 2-0 to Hamakawa, who did walk his last time up. Maybe going to get a second walk here in the game. Here's the pitch. That one's still high and called for a strike. And big question there by Yugo Hamakawa with the expression back to the home plate umpire. That ball was way over the letters. The count goes to 2-1 here on Hamakawa. Grisham sets, he deals. Breaking ball over both the home plate umpire and catcher, and that one's definitely called for a ball. Count goes to 3-1 on Hamakawa. Hamakawa, the leading hitter for the Rangers, hitting .380 on the season. 62 hits and 27 walks. On base percentage over .470 on the season. This ball low and away. That'll be the second walk drawn by Hamakawa. And that'll bring up Sean Kelly, the center fielder. Kelly so far 1 for 3, one of the 2 hits today by the Rangers. He also has a couple of strikeouts. And the coach for the Hillcats trying to put his defense into position. We're going to have a pinch runner here for Hamakawa. And that's going to be Chase Hamilton coming in to pitch run for Yugo Hamakawa. And I just got to double check. Chase Hamilton coming in. Hamilton, out of a true freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. And I don't have any stats on Hamilton, so this might be his first appearance on the season, coming in pinch running. And this ball hit, can't tell if it's hit off the hand or the barrel of the bat, but that's going to go to strike 1 here to Sean Kelly. So Chase Hamilton stretching his legs out over there, getting a chance to get in the game here for Yugo Hamakawa, who drew his second walk a few moments ago. Still pitching here for the Hillcats, Dean Grisham working from the stretch position. His pitch low and inside. Nice stop there by Escalante. Count on Kelly now 1-1. Again, Kelly struck out in the first, singled in the fourth, advanced to second on a wild pitch. He also struck out in the sixth, so he is definitely due. Number 3 hitter here for Northwestern. And here's the pitch. This one's fouled out of play on the right-hand side. Count will now go to 1-2 on Kelly. Back in the 8th inning, Dean Grisham picked up a couple of strikeouts and then got a ground out by Brett Erickson to end the inning. Chase Hamilton, the pinch runner, on over at first base, nobody down. And here's the pitch. This ball just high for ball 2. So 2-2 now here, the count on Kelly. Kelly came in hitting .316 on the season, picked up his 60th hit back in the 4th inning. And we'll call that a move that is throwing as slow as you could possibly throw a ball over the first baseman's head. And Dean Grisham would be better off just not throwing over to first probably ever again, as he had no intention of throwing that ball right to the first baseman. And it went way over his head. And again, it was thrown so slow that that's going to bring the pitching coach out. And so we're going to take a break for just a second as the coach for the Hillcats talks to his young pitcher. And we're ready to resume play here again. Now, after the error by the pitcher, man on second base, there's count is 2-2 here to Sean Kelly. You got to wonder what kind of throw you might see after the nerves kind of got to Grisham on that throw over to first base. This ball is popped up on the infield. Easy play by Escalante, and I think Kelly kind of chased a bad pitch on that one. That'll be out number 1. Coming up now is going to be the left-handed hitting first baseman, Blake Hoffman. Hoffman doubled and scored a run, the only run of the game for the Rangers, back in the 7th. Hoffman coming in as the team leader in home runs, 14 on the season, to go with his 65 hits and 14 doubles. Love to see him pick up his 15th home run right here and threaten just a little more here for the Rangers. Lefty-lefty matchup here at the plate. Here's the pitch way outside for ball 1. Good take there by Hoffman. I can't imagine that Grisham is going to give Blake anything to hit, especially with first base open and such a big lead. You don't want to give this Ranger team any kind of momentum. So I got to think that he's going to stay away from Hoffman. Hoffman only 10 walks on the season. Big cut and a miss there by Hoffman for strike 1. That was a good pitch there by Grisham. He did challenge Blake. I didn't see that coming, but he went after him. I wonder if he'll give him that pitch again. Grisham sets, he deals. This ball's fouled off back. Count goes to 1-2. 8 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors now for Rogers State. Northwestern has 1 run on 2 hits, and they have 3 errors at this point. Rangers have also drawn a couple of walks here today, both by Yugo Hamakawa. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 3, and he caught Hoffman looking. And Blake strikes out. Strikeout number 43 on the season for Blake Hoffman. And with 2 down, that'll bring up pinch hitter number 27, Dylan Norson. Norson pinch hitting for Braden Koenig. Koenig was 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of strikeouts and a sacrifice RBI back in the 7th inning. Dylan Norson out of Loveland, Colorado. Lefty-righty matchup. And the first pitch to Norson. Check swing in there for strike 1. Norson comes in on the season hitting .217. 18 hits, 6 walks, 16 runs. Also has 3 home runs and 15 RBIs. He's had a lot of RBIs in only his 83 at-bats this season. Here is the pitch to Norson. This ball slapped into left field. Could drop for a hit. It does not. Cheatwood makes the play, and that'll be all. So rough final home game for the Rangers. They dropped this one 8-1. Let's don't forget the season is far from over. This weekend heading down to Weatherford to play Southwestern in a 3-game series to try to make the GAC tournament. After 9 complete innings, Jerry Davis picks up the win. That'll be his first win of the season. Third win of the season. He goes to 3-0. And starting pitcher Matthew Potts drops to 2-3. Thank you so much for listening to the Ranger Sports Network. This has been Fred Aubuchon for Dustin Goodnow. See you this weekend.